Investors wipe nearly $12 billion from Samsung's market value after the South Korean tech giant is fined more than $1 billion for breaching Apple's patents. Reuters' Tara Joseph has the latest from Hong Kong. Tara, something of an unlucky 13 then for Samsung, $12 billion off market cap and $1 billion fine.
Well, clearly, Jamie, there's not celebration going on at Samsung headquarters in Seoul today. But people are relatively optimistic around this region, around this case. They think Samsung will snap back very quickly. And here is a list of reasons why. First of all, if you look at the amount that right now Samsung is being fined, over $1 billion, that's just 1.5% of the company's annual revenue at Samsung Telecom. This is a company with a lot of money. Also, people say Samsung is a very quick executioner, meaning it will develop new products very quickly to move against any more worries about patent infringement. Third of all, let's move to the China card. China very soon set to become the biggest smartphone market in the world. Samsung has a commanding lead over Apple there, so they're going to continue to work on revving that up. And finally, this one a little bit arguable, is what this means for the brand of Samsung. Some people are saying this will actually heighten brand awareness of Samsung in the United States. It will set out that battle mentality and that free market mentality. It may, in the end, actually work in their favor. But it's clear it's a tough day for Samsung. Jamie?
So even bad news is good news. Tara, thank you very much.
Maybe. Which phone are you using today?
I've got a BlackBerry.
Okay.
Other headlines on Reuters today. Weigh your words carefully. That was the warning from German Chancellor Angela Merkel last night after one of her Conservative allies said Greece should leave the Eurozone by next year. And the Bundesbank likened ECB bond buying to a dangerous drug. Well, I'm joined now by Christoph Rieger. He's head of interest rate strategy at Commerzbank, on the phone from Frankfurt. Christoph, a lot of commentary over the weekend again from German officials. Should we just be ignoring them all and only paying attention to what Mrs. Merkel says?
Yes, clearly one needs to filter through all the noise with a lot of political motivation behind a number of the commentaries. And yes, listening to Merkel clearly is the most important thing to do. And the bottom line for us remains that also she is not so categorically ruling out any further aid for Greece, or at least expanding some deadlines.
One of the officials coming out over the weekend talking was Bundesbank President Jens Weidmann. He's very influential, of course. Is he influential enough to sway the ECB and Mario Draghi on what it will do on September 6th?
No, I don't think so, and I think this has already become clear at the last press conference that he is fairly isolated with his view. However, there are a number of other dissenters. We reckon 7 other dissenters on the Governing Council which were persuaded to vote in favor of this guidance that was eventually given, but some concessions were needed to persuade these council members, and so we therefore will need to wait and see really for a lot of the details, because there are a number of very important details that are still missing when the ECB will announce the plans in September.
Okay, Christoph, it seems to be a fairly quiet week. Today we've got German IFO, on Friday we've got Jackson Hole, but in between, what should investors be looking out for this week?
Well, I would actually highlight another element which may not be on everybody's radar mind, but certainly important for the bond markets, and that is the Italian auctions. Italy will return, or will have to return, to the bond markets on Thursday, and they will make their announcement which bonds to issue today, and we think there is still a chance that they may go ahead with a new 10-year benchmark, which would, of course, be a very crucial test ahead of these important events.
Okay, Christoph, thank you very much. The top world news stories on Reuters this morning. Syrian opposition activists have accused President Bashar al-Assad's army of massacring hundreds of people in a town close to the capital, Damascus. Amateur footage shows what is claimed to be the bodies of more than 200 people found dead in Daraya, a poor Sunni community. Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez has warned that the death toll from this weekend's oil refinery blast could still rise. Firefighters are struggling to put out the blaze at the country's biggest refinery in Amuay, which has already killed 41 people. Wind, rain and Republicans descend on Tampa, Florida today. Tropical storm Isaac has forced the party to reconfigure the National Convention, with concerns that media attention could shift from Mitt Romney's play for president. Plus, Britain wants to restart talks with Ecuador over WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. The UK has withdrawn its threat to enter the embassy in London, where Assange has been granted asylum. That's it for now, but I'll leave you with a picture of US astronaut Neil Armstrong smiling in the lunar module after his historic moonwalk on July 20th, 1969. Armstrong has died at the age of 82. I'm Jamie McGeever. This is Reuters.